Hello, my name is Lauren, and we just want to welcome you to the Old Newscast, and that stands for the official live debriefing, and these are going to be some of our best stories discussing discrimination against older Americans. Today is August 1st, 1920, and the song of the day is Japanese Sandman by Paul Whiteman. What a bop! Okay, the Civil Service Retirement Act has officially been put in practice today. This act establishes a retirement system for certain federal employees, and the employees may increase their earned annuity by contributing up to 10% of the basic pay for their credible service to a voluntary contribution account. With us today is Virginia, and we're going to hear her opinion on this Civil Service Act. All right, Virginia, what do you think about this act?
I think it is great the government works have a plan for retirement.
Thanks, Virginia, for that great insight. See you next time on Old News.
Hi, folks. This is 1968, and so today we're talking about an EEOC ruling. But first, let's talk about the song of the year, which is Hey Jude. So we got a little clip for you today.
Hey Jude, don't be afraid.
All right, thank you. So today, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission made an official ruling on age restrictions for flight attendants. The EEOC explained that declared age restrictions on flight attendants' employment to be illegal sex discrimination under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Today we have Gladys, who recently was denied employment at any American airline because of their age. Gladys, will you tell us more about this?
Thank you for having me on Old. I recently applied to any American airline, and I was told that my application looked great, but then they saw my age and they said that I wouldn't get the job.
There we have it, folks. Hopefully, this EEOC ruling will bring equality of opportunity to those trying to become a flight attendant.
Welcome to Old News 1969, where the song of the year is I Can't Get Next to You. Our latest SCOTUS case asks the question, does the termination of Social Security benefits when the recipient is deported violate the Fifth Amendment right to accrued property? Joining us today is the old legal expert, Dave. Dave, can you tell me about this case?
After Ephraim Nestor was deported for being a communist in the 1930s, his Social Security benefits were terminated. Nestor sued for a violation of the Due Process Clause of the Fifth Amendment, and in a 5-4 decision, he lost against Flemings.
Thank you, Dave. OIEZ states, the Due Process Clause of the Fifth Amendment only bars government action that is arbitrary or lacking in rational justification, neither of which is true in this case. The court also held that the termination of benefits was not punitive, but rather the denial of non-contactable government benefits. And that's it.
Hi, welcome to Old 1985 edition. Today we'll be talking about Western Airlines Incorporated versus Criswell. But first, the song of the year is "Power of Love." Let's hear a little clip. All right, thank you for that great clip. So the Supreme Court recently made a decision on the Western Airlines Incorporated versus Criswell case. SCOTUS ruled that it was lawful to require airline pilots to retire at 60 because the Federal Aviation Authority forbid using pilots over 60 in aviation for safety purposes. But the court held that refusing to employ flight engineers over that age of 60 was unjustified, as there was no FAA requirements for this forced quitting. So joining us today is Lynn. Lynn is a flight engineer at any other American airline.
Hello, thank you for having me on the show today. I think that this SCOTUS decision helps cement the equality of opportunity in the industry.
Thank you, Lynn. That's well said. We'll see you next time on Old.
Hello, welcome to the Old News channel, and the year is 1994. Today we're going to start with a song, and the song is I Swear by All for One.
I swear by the moon and the stars in the skies, and I
Alright, so that's the song of the year. Pretty good, I guess. So, back to what we're talking about in the news is that the National Elder Law Foundation has been founded today. And it was founded so that old people could have attorneys for old people and special needs law. And to be part of the foundation, they have to be certified as an attorney through different really rigorous tests and examinations. And today Philip is going to tell us what he thinks about now.
I got a special back pain. I woke up on the wrong side of the hospital bed this morning. Okay, let's see here. What is this? My reading glasses. Oh yeah, I wrote this earlier. I told my grandson to write it down. I just think that NELF is going to go a long way at helping older Americans like myself secure their civil rights and some back pain medication.
Thanks, Philip. And just a little overview. So the National Elder Law Foundation was founded today, and it helps old people find attorneys to help them in all their needs.
Hi, welcome back to Old News 2002, and your hit of the year is Dilemma by Nelly. To the news. Today, the Elderly Poverty and Supplemental Security Income Program is the nation's safety net for the aged, blind, and disabled. The Supplemental Security Income Program acts as a safety net by providing a minimum level of income to the aged, blind, and disabled. In December 2008, about 7.5 million people received SSI, of which 2 million were aged 65 or older. This group of recipients is about 5% of America's senior citizens. Hi guys, I'm Haley, back with old news here in 2017, where the hit song is Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. You smell like you.
Alright Jerry, enough with the Ed Sheeran. Now to the court case. The news case of the week is Beaver County Employees Retirement Fund. Beaver County Employees Retirement Fund filed a lawsuit in a California Superior Court asserting claims under the 1933 Act. In a unanimous decision for Beaver County Employees Retirement Fund, the Securities Litigation Uniform Standards Act does not strip state courts of jurisdiction to hear claims under the Securities Act, nor does it permit defendants to remove class actions claims from state to federal court. Hi, and welcome back to Old News, where the year is 2018. The Supreme Court recently decided the Mount Lemmon Fire District versus Guido. Guido and Rankin were full-time firefighter captains hired in 2000, which is where our song comes from today, Bye Bye Bye. They were ages 46 and 54, and they were the two oldest full-time employees at the fire district when they were terminated in 2009. They filed an age discrimination claim with the EEOC. Our old legal expert, Dave, is joining us today.
Funny thing is, I'm also old because I'm from the 60s. Oh, gotta turn. Okay. Hello, folks. I'm Dave. You might remember me.
Dave, what can you tell us about this case?
This case is asking if under the ADEA, does the same 20 employment minimum that applies to private employers also apply to political subdivisions of a state, as the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 10th circuits have held, or does the ADEA apply instead to all state politician subdivisions of any size, as the 9th circuit held in this case? The answer is yes, it does. So both, I guess. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Hi folks, again, it is 2018, and I'm your host. Today we're going to be talking about an AARP study and survey, but first, our song of the year is I Like It by Cardi B.
I like dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million bills. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas.
Such great lyricism. Anyways, so now we're going to go into our main story of the day. A recent AARP study and survey brought some frightening statistics to light. Was found 1/4 of the workers that are 45 years or older have been subjected to negative comments about their age from coworkers. Sadly, 3/5 of older workers have seen or experienced age discrimination in the workplace. 76% of these older workers say that age discrimination has been a hurdle to finding a new job. Joining us today on Old is Lillian. Lillian.
Hello.
Alright, so Lillian, what do you think about these stats? How horrifying are they to you?
Pretty horrifying. I think discrimination against older Americans, especially in the workplace, is not okay. It's 2018, people. When will you wake up from the from the unfair discrimination society has towards older Americans?
Well said, Lillian. That's it for today.
Thanks for tuning in to the Old Newscast. The year is 2020 and our song of the year is I Hope. Alright, what a wonderful song, I might say. I love that song. Anyways, today we're going to be focused on Babb versus Wilkie, which is the Supreme Court, and it was decided today. So this case discussed age discrimination in the workplace, and Babb is a skilled and experienced pharmacist, along with many other skilled and experienced pharmacists who were passed up for a promotion by pharmacy management. Instead, the pharmacy management chose 2 younger, less experienced, and less skilled pharmacists for this promotion. Babb filed a complaint with the EEOC over this possible age discrimination. So for this, we're going to bring in Carrie, who's going to talk about the case. Come on in, Carrie.
Dave sadly passed away, so I'm here to replace him. This case was asking, does the provision of age discrimination in Employment Act of 1967 that protects federal employees aged 40 years from age discrimination require a plaintiff to prove that age was a but-for cause of the challenged personnel action? The court decided that it does, and that this was an example of illegal age discrimination.
Thanks for that insight, Carrie. And with that, it finishes up our news for the Old Newscast. Alright, that's all we have for our recap on age discrimination in America. Now on to our current issues with Regan.
Welcome to Old's Current Issue segment, and I am your host today. Our first issue is the coronavirus, and it has been ravaging the older American community. 8 out of 10 deaths caused by COVID-19 has been people 65 or older. Luckily, older Americans are some of the first people to be vaccinated. We have one of our special guests, Josephine, who is being vaccinated. And we have some live footage of that from earlier today.
I can't wait to get my vaccine and get my mask off. Oh! Yay!
Next, technology is constantly advancing, becoming smarter, but also more difficult for the older Americans. The elderly have trouble adjusting to this new technology, and in some cases, this can cause discrimination. Our final issue is retirement can be difficult for many older Americans. There are not many activities that older Americans are able to do. They are still able to do great things like golf, reading, traveling. Some people even remodel their homes. While retirement can be fun and difficult, saving money for retirement is especially hard.
The proceeds for this newscast are going to these 2 groups who have helped fight against elderly discrimination. One of these groups are called the NCEA. They serve as a national resource center dedicated to the prevention of elder mistreatment and operate as a multidisciplinary association of collaborators that deal with elder abuse and neglect. Another group that helped was called the Elder Care Locator. They're a nationwide service that connects older Americans and their caregivers with information on senior services.